To everybody who's been liking the videos so far, we thank y'all. You guys liking the videos has kind of helped us start to grow the channel even more, so we appreciate it. To those who have not, please, we ask you, hit the like button before you even watch this video. It helps us grow the channel, helps people learn about us, and allows us to make more great content like this. So that's all we got. Thank you for helping us grow this channel. Hit the like button right now, and on with the show. Super duty tough work. Your boys.
Yeah.
Back in the building. After missing a week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Illogic was out of town.
Yeah, chilling with the wife. Peace.
Grown man business.
Nah, I mean.
And so, we took last week off. And, it all worked out, So we back this week for our loyal listeners. Need some new fly shit to listen to while you go through your everyday travels.
Facts.
That's what we bring to the table. Most infamous podcast on planet Earth. I'm your host, Blueprint. Co-host, Illogic.
What up?
How you doing today, sir?
It's hard to say, man. It's hard to say.
Man came with the vagaries. Like, I don't even know. I ain't thought about it. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I don't know how I'm doing, man. Why you asking me that?
Well, I had to wipe my whole computer.
Whoa.
Because I was having some serious computer issues. So I had to transfer all of my files over to an external hard drive.
Pain.
And I wiped my computer, and now I'm in the process of, adding everything back, downloading all my programs, making sure I got everything. And I don't even know if this is going to work. This was like my last ditch effort.
Pain.
You know what I'm saying? To try to, get it back, because my computer's been acting stupid for like, a few months now. And everything worked on my computer except my production program. So, and I reloaded that multiple times, hit up the support. They didn't know what was up. And then I was having some other issue where like I would do a search, and then like an extra window would just pop up out of nowhere and just random shit. And, I ran my my virus software. That didn't work. So my last ditch effort was like, let me just, wipe the computer, re-download Windows, start all over from scratch, and see if that works. And I haven't even got to the point to, have everything on there to see if it even worked yet. You know what I mean? So I don't know how I'm doing yet. I don't know. We gonna see. We gonna see.
I'm
after
over here hurting for you.
Man. Because you know how much shit I have. You know what I'm saying? You know how much stuff we do. You know what I mean?
Dude, I've been there. That should have fucked up your whole year.
Bro. Like that's one of the reasons why I haven't, because I still got my laptop, so I can do pretty much everything that I was doing on my computer on my laptop. But all the files don't completely transfer because there's shit on my computer that's not on my laptop yet. So I have to load everything on my laptop if I want to transfer to my laptop. And, I can't necessarily stream with my laptop because I got a laptop that doesn't have a input for the internet to go straight in to my laptop. So I can't, you know what I'm saying? So it's so many like little things that I can't do with my laptop that I need my PC for. And it's, it's just, it's ugly, man.
My condolences, man. My condolences.
It's ugly. So, to answer your question, I don't know, man. I don't know. It's up in the air. You know what I
mean? I feel you now. Now I get. Well, I understand your response a lot more now. Yeah. Pain over there hurt. That shit hurt. Sorry to hear that, bro.
Yeah, man. So, luckily I can still record. So I've been able to knock out my features and stuff on my laptop. You know what I mean?
Everybody at home, keep Illogic's PC in your thoughts and prayers, man.
Please.
Send some positive vibes in the air for Illogic's PC, man. This is like losing a family member when you lose one of them joints.
It's bad over here, yo. It's bad over here, man.
You be down for months. I lost my last joint. I didn't have nothing. I didn't have a single drum sound. I was done. I ain't make a beat for like 6 months. I ain't even want to look at nothing. I was just I think it happened in the summer. It took me till like the beginning of the next year.
Mm-hmm.
I would just look at my shit and just turn around and walk out the room. Like,
yeah, man, that's how I be feeling.
You don't even want to go through all that shit.
No, exactly. Like, that's why it's taken me so long. And honestly, like, since I gave myself a break anyway, I was like, well, it's not that big of a deal right now because I'm not even trying to, but like this week I had planned on getting back into it, getting back into my routine. And I had to tackle this issue because the issue's been going on for a minute. But I was like, I'm on a break. I don't need to worry about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll just get to it when I get to it. And now I want to get back into it. And I'm like, fuck, I got to deal with this shit now. So, I'm here.
Damn. Well, shit, man. I hope that this shit turns around. I've been there multiple times. It's an ugly process. Everybody know. I think we did a whole episode about losing everything.
Yeah.
On your PC and your laptop and your hard drive crashes, and might be a time to revisit that, John. You know what I mean? I don't know what we said in it, but it's a painful situation.
Yeah, luckily I got everything backed up for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't lose no critical files.
Yeah.
But like still.
Shit, yeah, that's still rugged. That's rough, man.
Yeah, okay. Trying to load up beats, don't have the right VSTs. You know what I'm saying? Can't. You know what I mean? Like it sucks. Yeah. It sucks, yo. Damn. But yeah, let's get to it.
Oh, podcasting. Hey, man. After that intro, Logic just sombered the whole fucking mood. Damn,
man. You asked me how I was doing. You know what I'm saying?
It was a euphemism. It was a rhetorical question. I ain't mean like that. I mean how you was really doing.
Oh man.
I meant it like people say it when we at work. Hey, how you doing today?
Right.
They don't really want to know that your hard drive crashed. That shit have them all sad all day. Like, damn.
Oh man.
I know he hurting over there.
Pain, man.
Yeah, that's real, man. So this week, man, hey, we back. Let's talk about something, man. And maybe this is a good tie-in for what we're talking about today. Because somewhere at home, if you're doing music, you might be thinking, man, I wish I had the time and the energy to, the resources to do what Illogic be doing. This dude be making, 2-3 beat tapes a year and albums and EPs, and his output is crazy, and he be live streaming. If I could just do like him, grass is greener shit.
Yeah.
And then you look and you be like, damn, it ain't so green over there right now.
Right.
Grass
shit brown as fuck.
Right. It's kind of dingy. Grass ain't no green over there. It's like, ooh, I might stay on over here, man. This episode is about the grass is greener syndrome. And it's something that happens in every endeavor, especially when you start taking something seriously and you start seeing what other people are doing. It's easy to start thinking that, man, if I just had what they had, you know what I'm saying? And it can cause you to go and do a lot of unnecessary shit. And so this episode, we want to talk about like questions you need to ask yourself. If you feel yourself falling into this grass is greener syndrome, comparison, thinking everyone's situation looks better than yours. And we're going to break down some things. And I'm going to talk about, some things that's going on with the job that made me think about this topic. And we'll take a break. We'll be right back.
Word.
We got you stuck off the realness, the most infamous, you heard of us. Official podcast murderers, the show comes equipped with viewpoints to share. Grown man ideas for all those who care and want to grow, so go ahead and download. Every single week with a brand new episode. You're not alone in this world, cousin, so we share information and honest discussion and keep repping the culture like we supposed to. They spread gossip, but they never come close to. I can hear it inside their tone. They talk about the industry but never left their home. You get laced up with bullet points and such, plus empowering topics that they never would touch. You can put your whole network against a team, But Super Duty Tough Work's the MVP. Most valuable podcast on MP3. Priceless info, but all of it's free. So take these words home and think them through. Super Duty Tough Work is coming at you. You are now listening to Super Duty Tough Work with your host, Blueprint. Raw and uncut. Adult conversations. No shucking, no jiving, and no bullshit.
All right, folks. We're back. Super Duty Tough Work. Most infamous podcast on planet Earth. Blueprint. Illogic. This week we are talking about the grass is greener syndrome. I don't know if that's even a real thing, but we're going to label it one this week. Because we know that people actually fall into this all the time.
All the time.
You know, I was having a talk, and this conversation came up because I was having a talk with some fellow truckers about jobs.
Mm-hmm.
And before I started working, I would look at the jobs all the time, look at all the listings, all the ads. And it was like, and then I'd be like, yo, that looks like a great job. This looked like a great job. That looked like, man, if I just got that one. And then I started working, and I had homies who I went to driving school with, who we work for the same company, but they work on different accounts.
Mm-hmm.
And the accounts that they work on were the accounts that I was supposed to go to right after graduating from trucking school.
Mm-hmm.
We was all like, yo, we gonna posse up. We gonna get on this Anheuser-Busch account. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be out there, you know what I mean? Just, you know, putting it in the box, getting this bread because the Anheuser-Busch account paid this much. Like, it was looking great on paper. It's like, yo, they pay you this much?
Mm-hmm.
They guarantee you this much per week? Guaranteed? They was telling us this in school, you know, the recruiters. We was like eating it all up. Yeah, man. We could, you know, so my homies was like, I was like, yo, but I trained on a different account.
Mm-hmm.
And so the account I trained on is a small, lesser known account. You know, all we do is deliver doors and shit. That's it. You know, no one knows about it. It's only 20 drivers on my account. By comparison, it's like 300, 500 drivers on the Anheuser-Busch and the Coca-Cola accounts, the one that they're on.
Mm-hmm.
But when I trained on the account, I was like, yo, this is kind of cool, man. This is actually, I kind of like this. And I started re-looking at the shit and like, man, so when it got to near the end of my training, they was like, hey, man, if you're interested in coming aboard after you're done training, we just lost somebody, you can come on in.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't go to Anheuser-Busch, that is. Because we know that was your choice, you know,
Right,
so we
right.
can't just, you know, you got to make the decision. So right then and there, I'm stuck on some like, damn, this is cool, but the grass was looking greener over there. Like, damn, my other homie, he's like, yo, I start orientation. He started after me. He's like, yo, I start orientation. Once I get done, man, we gonna have to hit this Coca-Cola account up, man. They paying all this money per mile. I'm like, oh man, my guy is there. The back is looking right over there. Man, I might have to leave this account. I don't want to go over there because the money look good. Fast forward about 6 weeks.
He complaining.
Grass wasn't so green.
Right.
My guy, Zach, he went to the Coca-Cola account. He started out on Anheuser-Busch, got trained in that one, knew how to do it. But he went to the Anheuser-Busch account because it just had a 10 cent per mile difference. He was like, 61 cent per mile over here, 71 over there. Gotta do that.
Right.
He goes over there, leaves the account he got trained on, knew people over there, had relationships. Like, nope, I'm going over there. Grass is greener. Al, you coming over here, man? I don't know. You know, start talking to my man some weeks later. I was calling, man, what's up, man? How's it going over there, man? You getting that bag? You putting that shit in the box? What, man? What's up? Man, I'm kind of unhappy right now.
I'm not feeling it so much, yo.
I said, what's going on, man? He said, man, there's so many drivers on this account. You know, they assigned me a trip and they assigned another driver the same trip. And it was like, whoever got there first got the trip.
Wow.
He said, I got there a little later. Another guy, he had the trip. They didn't have nothing else for me. I had to go all the way back home. Didn't work that day. I said,
Wow.
He said, next day, exact same thing. He said, only trips they assign me be like 100 miles. 100 miles. He said, that's only like $30. I'll be making.
Getting his minimum. That's all he getting is the minimum over there.
I'm like, damn, homie. He's like, my truck ain't working right. My fleet manager be signing me loads. They don't want to give me the good loads because I'm new. And I can't get no miles over there, man. He said, me, 3 other guys from Roadmasters, we all came over here together, man. I talked to him the other day. He's like, man, them 2 dudes quit this week. Couldn't take it. Can't feed their families. Our checks is only be on some $300 shit. I'm like, oh. I'm like, man, I'm thinking to myself, I just did 2,700 miles this week.
Check looking right.
Check looking chunky than a motherfucker, man. I'm like, bruh, I did 2,700 miles in 5 days. Like I was trooping, man. I was banging it out. Didn't come home. And I was talking to him. I was like, look, man, what I tell you about that shit, man? Because I tried to tell these dudes back when we first was talking. I said, man, only thing about that, when he was like, yo, I'm thinking about going to Coca-Cola. I said, yo, my trainer, one of his friends did Coca-Cola before he came on this account.
Mm-hmm.
And we called him one day on a 3-way. And he was like, hey, man, tell my guy what you think about that Coca-Cola account. He said, Coca-Cola, cool, but can't get no miles over there. Had to come over here. I told my guy that before he started. And listen, grass was looking mad green over there. 300, 500 drivers. Got 20 drivers. Ain't no shortage of miles. I could drive as many miles as I want to any week. I'm not, my checks is looking thicker and thicker every fucking week. The better I do, the more they trust me. I'm just like, let me just stay here, man. It made me think about the ads that I was seeing.
Mm-hmm.
And how, like, before I got a job, I would see ads saying, you can make this much a week. You can make that much a week. You can get this many miles, guaranteed. And I look at that shit now, and I'm literally getting all that shit that those ads were saying. But motherfuckers don't even know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, my homies, when I be telling them this shit, they be like, what? We ain't never even heard of that fucking account you on.
Mm-hmm.
How the fuck are you doing that over there? How you getting these miles? You knew. How? We looking at $200 and $300 checks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, man, it's just, I didn't fall into the grass is greener syndrome.
Yeah.
I was able to sit back and be like, you know what, man? I'm going to wait it out and see.
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes we be having situations, and when you look at it on paper, the shit on the other side of the fence looks so green, man.
Yeah, it's always like that.
Yeah, you're like, man, this is cool, but look what they got.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I'm running into that now, remembering those times where I was thinking, look at them over. Honestly, look at what Prince doing. He running his own shit. He's the only one. He don't got to answer to nobody. He make the beats. He put the records out when he want. He do this. He do that. You know what I'm saying? And now I'm here. And I got this record that I'm trying to put out, and it's like, at first it's like, yeah, everything is on me. You know what I'm saying? And now it's like, damn, everything is on me. You know?
Yeah. Say it's a little different. Grass ain't so green.
Nah, man. It's fucking patches in this yard over here a little bit.
Right. It's crazy, man. Yeah, so much of that in life, man.
Yeah.
One thing, it makes you see, like, you look at it and, I don't know whose fault it is, but sometimes we have to understand that people are going to describe things. You're only going to get the best sides of certain things.
Yeah, they ain't going to show you the pitfalls.
Right.
They only going to show you the glitz and glamour. They're not going to. It's just like fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't nobody really know the price of fame if you just watch fucking TMZ, or you just look at Instagram, or you just look at, people's what they want to show you.
Yeah.
Like, they not going to show you the dark side when motherfuckers be out here overdosing. The motherfuckers be out here depressed and have no friends. And, you know, they got a fucked up relationship. Can't trust nobody. They in that big ass mansion by themselves because they don't got no friends. They can't trust nobody. Like, they don't talk about that side, you know. But everybody want to be a celebrity, you know, until they become one. And it's like, this shit for the birds.
Yeah, they have no idea because all they get is the highlights, man. It's like, if you just get the highlights, and that's what it made me see. This whole situation, I was like, yo, like, my guys went to the fucking, what we were told was the best fucking account for new drivers. They were actively sending everybody on there. On paper, those dudes make more sense per mile than me. You know what I'm saying? High prestige, big ass company. Be like, oh yeah, I know it's work over there. I know I'm gonna get mine. Only to get there and it be different. And when your homie try to tell you about this little account he on, and you should get on, you be like, I'm going over to the big boys.
Yeah.
Then you talk to him a few weeks later, a few months later, and they like, man, I can't believe it. I think I made a bad decision over here. Dudes is quitting. Because the grass really wasn't greener, man. And it made me just think about this episode. Like, we got to talk about this. And so, like, there's questions that relate to this. And there's little areas that we're going to break down as it relates to this grass is greener syndrome. And the first point is that the grass might be greener, but you didn't plant the same seeds they did. This is about investment. Sometimes it's easy to look at the grass being greener over there because you're looking at somebody who's well into the process. They're further down the road than you. They started way before you.
Yeah.
They invested more. Right? Relationships. It's easy to look at relationships like that. People like, yeah, relationship goals, marriage goals. It's like, yo, you can't even get along with that person for a week or two.
Right.
You don't know they was high school sweets. They've been dating since 1920. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, you just met that person last week. Like, get a year in first.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's the same thing with anything we do, our music careers. People look at it like, yo, I want to be like this man. I just want to be my own boss. But they don't know what these invoices be looking like.
Facts.
They don't know what the monthly reoccurring charges be looking like.
Yeah, that customer service.
More customer service.
Yeah.
They don't know. It's an investment. How much money have we put into this craft, from the cameras here to the mics to the PCs that we just talked about in the intro, hard drives, bandwidth.
Yeah.
You know, the grass might look greener over there, but maybe it's greener because that person invested more from the beginning.
Yeah.
And so before you compare yourself to them, you got to ask yourself, have I invested as much as they have?
Right.
Because if your answer is no, you shouldn't be comparing yourself to them in that regard.
Yeah, it's just like the episode we talked about. You know, I think it was when we was talking about the streaming and stuff, and about the investment, you know, in the cameras and, you know, all of that stuff. And a lot of people for that episode was like, yo, like I can't, you know, I know it, you know, the money was like that. And we didn't even talk about, you know, the music equipment that we buy. You know what I'm saying? The actual, you know, the cost of vinyl, the cost of CDs, the cost of a computer, the cost of these lights, the cost of, you know, speakers. I mean, all of this stuff costs a lot of money. And you don't necessarily have to spend that amount of money. You know what I'm saying? But if you plant those seeds, if you make that investment in your career, then you have a better chance of having green grass on your side because, you know, you make that investment.
Yeah, it's true, man. And you cannot ignore that. No matter what you do, why you look at this thing, you know, like you look at certain ads, and even just to bring it back to the whole job thing, a lot of this stuff that I'm doing now is based on experience. You know, like I got better results when I started as a solo driver because I stayed on the same account I trained on. I wasn't a stranger over there.
Right.
I was on a first name basis with the fleet manager. My trainer's on the account. Right. So it's like I had people, I knew the system. I knew how to do the job when I got there. I wasn't just a strange dude coming in trying to get looks. So I had invested more in that up front. Whereas my guy, he trained on an account and decided, nah, I'm going to leave this whole account where I know the manager, where I know my trainer on it, where I know how to do the job. And I'm going to go to something that I ain't even done and don't know nobody on.
Yeah.
The only people I know over there are new just like me.
Yeah. That ain't gonna help.
No, that's not gonna help. All of them want to quit now. 2 of them quit, and he's thinking about quitting. And so, but it's the investment.
Yeah.
I'm getting the results. One of the reasons it was because I continued what I had already invested in. I didn't start all over again.
Right.
And just something to think about.
Right.
It's the first point. The second point we want to talk about, and the question is, are you cultivating your grass like they are? The grass is greener, but are you cultivating your grass like they are?
Yeah, you watering that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You know, you making sure it get adequate sunlight.
Mm-hmm.
What's your fertilizer game look like?
Yeah.
You know, you getting the weeds out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what are you doing? Are you just letting it do whatever it do?
Yeah.
Did you get the grass? Was it green one summer? And you was like, that's it, I made it. It'll be green every summer.
Yeah.
You know, because that's not it. And the thing we're talking about here is practice.
Mm-hmm.
Practice. Are you practicing your craft enough to ensure that your grass continues to get more green over time? Because it's easy if you stop moving and stop progressing with your craft. Of course, somebody else's shit is gonna look greener than yours.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I mean, it's the same way with an actual lawn. If you don't manicure that shit, you don't cut your grass every couple weeks, hell yeah, your neighbor's lawn that they take care of is going to look better than yours. That's just how life is. That's just the reality of things.
Yeah, man. Yeah, and you have to look at your craft like this. Like there's seasons for everything. There's times when you might not be practicing it, you might not be. But if you're truly practicing your craft, if you on your YouTube game, if you on your book game, if you're getting your experience in, your reps in, practicing your craft, pretty soon it becomes pretty difficult to look at somebody else's grass and be like, yeah, they killing my shit. Your shit might not look like theirs, but your shit is gonna look great.
Yeah.
And that should hopefully stop you from that feeling of wanting to switch, wanting to give up. You know, like, man, I don't want to do this underground shit because, you know, the shit ain't paying like it used to. So I'm about to make pop records. You know, that's what fools be doing. Like, you know what, man, I'm about to start wearing whatever the fuck. Let me put these tight ass jeans on. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, because that's what everybody else doing. You got to put on tight jeans to sell records. It's what somebody's saying there. Oh, yeah, that's what makes it work. But they're not looking at, that's not for you. That's their grass.
Right.
And it's not even a comment about whether tight jeans or skinny jeans. Who cares about that? It's more a comment of like, you got to be yourself.
Right.
Do what's best for you in your situation. And people get caught up in the aesthetics of someone else's situation, knowing that they haven't even cultivated the shit that they got to the maximum.
Right.
And it's just a bad comparison, you know?
Yeah, straight up.
So yeah, we'll take a break and we'll be right back. This is your weekly reminder that we have 2 books that you, as a listener or watcher of this podcast, need to absolutely own. The first is The 10 Traits of Successful Hip Hop Artists, and the second is The Social Media Cheat Code. Both of these books were released within the last year. The 10 Traits of Successful Hip Hop Artists is a book where I go through the stories and explain the traits that are behind the success of some of the biggest names in hip hop today. The book has got nothing but amazing feedback. And if you are an artist, business person, whatever you do, if you would like to be inspired and would like to learn more about hip hop along the way and also see some reinforcement of the concepts that we talk about on this podcast, The 10 Traits of Successful Hip Hop is for you. Second book is The Social Media Cheat Code. That is for everyone who listens to this podcast who does not consider themselves an expert or really good at social media. It's not for super experienced people. It's actually for people who are on social media but are not getting the results you need. So what we did is I broke down like 12 or 13 strategies that I use all the time that actually work really well for me. I put it into book. I gave you examples and I tell you how to implement it. That's a book you absolutely need as a listener to this podcast, watcher of this podcast. If you're on YouTube, supporting these books actually goes a long way towards supporting the podcast. So to support the show, if you like what we do, obviously we don't necessarily get paid to do this shit. So support the products and services that we create. And these 2 books are a big part of that. We appreciate your support. And back to the show. All right, folks, we back. Super duty tough work. Printnificence, Illogic. Today we're talking about the grass is greener syndrome. It happens to all of us.
Yeah.
You know. The third question we want to ask, you want to ask yourself, if you feel this syndrome is the grass really greener? Or is there just more sunlight on it?
Mm.
And this is about attention.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes the grass ain't even greener. It don't even look greener. It's just that you see more people looking at it.
Right. It's just shining a little more.
Yeah, you're like, damn. It's just bigger.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting more attention at that moment. And you might think, damn, what I got, this is cool. But man, if I was over there, doing what they was doing, I mean, everybody's talking about them. They're winning.
Yeah.
We know how it is to be an artist and have all these ways and where it looks like you winning, but you ain't necessarily winning.
Right.
We know how artists be out here acting like they fucking rich.
Mm-hmm.
You fucking broke. It's easy to get caught up in the aesthetics of it. You know what I'm saying? And you sit there and you think, oh man, they got all this light. They got all these fucking, they always getting good press.
Mm-hmm.
They on all the playlists.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they got all the followers. I need that. And it's like, yo, man, try to separate what they appear to have from the attention that they're getting, you know, because the attention oftentimes can make it really skewed, you know what I'm saying? And make you think that something is much bigger than it really is.
Yeah, because sometimes, I mean, you know, they might have some fucking green spray paint on that grass. You know what I'm saying?
They cheating. They cheating.
They might be cheating over there. You know what I'm saying? They might be cheating the game. And sometimes that shit happens. Sometimes you are putting in the work. You are tending to your grass. You are tending to your, you know, you are practicing. You are making the investment. And a motherfucker that you know ain't doing the things that you're doing is the one that got all the shine.
Yes.
But that can't deter you from doing what you're supposed to do, because usually those people that get that shine from not putting that work in, from not investing, that shit don't last.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? When you tend to your craft and when you invest in it and you over time, the longevity is what keeps people, you know, there's a reason that me and Print have been able to do music for 20 plus years. Because we put that time in and we invested in a lot of things. There's a lot of cats that when we started, they popped real quick, but them motherfuckers is gone now. You know, they ain't put out a record in, 15 years.
Yep.
You know, but we still here able to do it because, we slow and steady wins the race. You know what I'm saying? Like, we made sure our grass stayed, cultivated, stayed watered. You know what I'm saying? We got enough sunlight. We didn't get all the sunlight. We got enough sunlight to keep our shit growing.
Yeah.
And making sure that we took care of it,
Yeah. Yeah. And pay very careful attention to the kind of attention that you're basing your judgment on, right? Like, some people, they have loyal ass fan bases.
Right.
Right. But their fan bases ain't necessarily big or loud. And they be looking at other artists like, man, I wish I had this big, loud fan base. But you never know. It's people out there, influencers out there who got 1 million fucking followers and they can't sell shit to them.
Yeah.
They're just followers, not even fans, not even supporters. They just watch them to watch what they do.
Yeah.
But they don't have no connection to them and no feeling of like, yo, I should support this person. Whereas you might have 1,000 true fucking fans and be beating yourself up because you ain't got 1 million followers.
Right, but you're making more money than that person.
Right.
You sell, 1,000 copies. They got 1 million followers, they can't sell 200 copies.
Right.
You know?
So be very careful with that, man, because like the attention makes everything look different. If the grass is green, if they're doing better and you putting in the work and they're okay, cool, they're doing well, but make sure that you're not viewing it that way simply because it has more attention than yours.
Right.
And I almost fell into that with this shit. Like, yo, man, they're on a big account. Everybody want to be on that account. Like that account got a waiting list. Like, damn, maybe I should stayed on it. Nah, I'm gonna just stick with what I got because I think I can make this work. And things kind of showed themselves that maybe the grass wasn't so green over there.
Right.
And so that's the number 3 question. That was about attention. The number 4 question is about jealousy. This question is did you care about your grass before you saw theirs? Did you really care about grass I mean, you had some grass.
Right.
You was blessed with some grass. But did you really care about what that shit looked like till you walked out one day and you saw that shit shining, standing up all firm, bright green, like, damn. Right. You forgot you had grass. You walk
you
right
past. You care
past.
about your grass.
Didn't care. It's like sometimes it's simple jealousy. You can look at what someone else is doing and be like, man, oh man, I want that. Fool, you already got that. You got it. You just don't give a fuck about it.
Right.
And I'm not here to tell you got to give a fuck about your grass. We don't care either way. But if you're going to compare your shit to someone else's, it should be a prerequisite that you care about yours.
Yeah, you got to do what you if you want the grass that somebody else got, that's a problem in itself. But if you already got grass and you ain't taking care of yours, you can't get mad because somebody else taking care of theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just jealousy, man. It's like don't be like that, man. Don't get all, motherfuckers. And it happens. I'm a homeowner. I can tell you. People, you walk out there. It's some people who just do not care. But then they see you out there going a little harder on your front yard. All of a sudden, they getting their shit cut every week.
Yeah.
They out there trying to pull the weeds. Like, man, you ain't never cared about your grass till that person, like a house moved down 3 doors down and they just had their whole lawn taken out and put in new. Just new. Everybody's like, ooh, that shit look great. And then some people start getting on their shit. Everybody want to plant flowers now. It's like an arms race. You know what I mean? Like, damn.
The Cold War out there.
Yes, Cold War. You know what I mean? Like, yo, they grasses look great. You seen they fucking, oh man, look at the plants, the flowers. It's beautiful. Let me do something. I got grass too. You know what I mean? I got a front yard like they do. Our houses is basically the same. Why my shit don't look like this?
Yeah.
You know?
I went through this with music shit like a few years ago. Where, a lot of my peers were just making moves and, doing things and, touring and doing this and putting records out and getting press and doing this. And I'm looking over there like, man, if only. You know what I mean? And then one day I just realized, like, hold up, I got my own shit over here. Let me learn how to, cultivate my own shit. Let me learn how to utilize the shit that I have so I can get where I want to be, not necessarily where they are, but get somewhere where I'm comfortable and I'm satisfied with myself. I'm satisfied with my own lawn. And honestly, COVID really helped me with that. You know what I'm saying? Because it kind of made me buckle down and figure out, okay, what the fuck am I going to do, with myself and utilize what I have and the talents that I have in order to reach my fan base, in order to expand my shit, in order to actually make some money doing this, instead of just sitting here looking at everybody else's Instagram being jealous. You know what I'm saying? Being green. You know what I'm saying? Being mad that they, on the road and they on the stage and they rocking, a couple hundred people.
Instagram will do that to you.
Oh man, it used to do that to me all the time.
Yeah, the time. You wake up in the morning, be like, damn, they out there eating. You be inferring so much from one little picture. You know what I mean? Like, it don't even be saying all of that. You just be jumping to conclusions and damn, they doing it. What the fuck am I doing?
Yeah. Pictures in the tour van, like, I remember those days.
Look at them people in the crowd. Damn.
Yeah.
I should be there.
Yeah. They driving past mountains. It's fucking cold out here. You know what I mean?
What am I doing?
Yeah. Yep.
Damn, they eating. But you gotta be very, very well aware of that, man. It's like this shit. If you got an Instagram, you got a following, you can show the same things.
Yeah.
You can tell your story just as effectively. It ain't gotta be like, I gotta do this because their shit looks like it's popping. And I don't want to look like I'm being left behind kind of shit.
Right.
Like, do it for the right reasons. You know what I
Yep.
mean? And you'll be okay. So we'll take a break and we'll be right back.
Word.
Quick announcement. Over the last several years, we've been asked many times by the listeners of the show if we would ever open it up to the public for advertising. We've always been interested in this, but we never had the systems in place to make it work properly. I'm proud to announce that we are officially accepting advertising from the public on Super Duty Tough Work. Meaning, if you're a small business owner or an artist and you'd like to create more awareness about your product, service, or release on the Super Duty Tough Work podcast, we're now in a position to do that. For more information, email us at superdutytoughwork@weightless.net. Again, that's superdutytoughwork@weightless.net. Email us there. Tell us a little bit about who you are, what you would like to promote, and we'll get back to you as soon as possible to let you know if we think it's a good fit and what the next steps are. Thank you for your time. Back to the show. All right, folks, we are back. Super Duty, Tough Work, Blueprint, Illogic. We're talking about the grass is greener syndrome. I hope this episode has proven helpful or inspired to somebody out there. If you are feeling this way in life, we all go through it, And so we got two more points, two more questions, and the fifth point is about purpose. And the question is, will greener grass even make you happier? What people do a lot of times is, you look at your grass, you see someone else's grass, just mad green. You be like, damn, I want what they got. But they fail to realize that the reason that your grass is not as green as theirs is because you just don't care about grass that much. That's okay. It's okay to not care about that shit. It's okay to care about other things.
Right.
Maybe you care about interior shit. Maybe you care about, the fucking plants and flowers and shit. Maybe your grass ain't your thing. Maybe you into cars. Maybe you into video. I don't know what you into, but maybe the thing that you're comparing them with is some shit that you ain't never even really had an emotional connection to. You don't give a fuck about grass. Stop lying. You know it. We know it. You only care about grass because their shit was greener than yours.
Yeah.
And you noticed it one day, but if you never cared about grass, you should just be like, you know what, man, I don't care about that shit. That's cool. That grass look beautiful, man. Hey, your grass look great, homie. Wish I cared about grass like that.
Right. But come check out my living room, no. You know what I'm saying? Come check out my interior design.
Yeah.
No. You know.
Come through. You know what I mean? We got some shit going on in the backyard, though.
My deck is looking fire.
Yeah, my deck is mean, boy. The barbecue grill is good. We got the stainless steel joint back there. You know what I mean? Come through. We cooking this weekend.
Yeah.
Your grass, though, whew. Come fuck with these ribs, though, we gonna have this weekend, though, bro. Whatever your thing is, just let it be your thing. But the question really is of purpose. We're all here to do something different,
Right.
We're all here to do something, whatever we choose to do, whatever talents, whatever purpose we find, we're here to develop that and take it as far as we can. And we have to be very careful about comparing ourselves with people who ain't even doing the same thing we doing. People who are, they're acting in their purpose, but what their purpose is something that's peripheral to us. We don't even fucking give a fuck about that shit. Or it's cool, but we ain't got no emotional attachment to it. It's like, yeah, that's great. You're great at that. I'm not. And that's okay.
Yeah. I think the main thing, though, is realizing that grass might not be your thing. Like some people try to make grass their thing. and it's
Yep.
not their thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody ain't supposed to rap. Everybody ain't
Right.
supposed to be an actor. Everybody ain't supposed to be in the NFL.
Yep.
Everybody ain't supposed to be in the NBA. For some people, you're supposed to be an agent. Some people, you're supposed to be a fucking trash collector. You never know.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but you have to make sure that you're not trying to force feed a purpose that isn't yours, because a lot of people might have passion towards something, but it may not be what you're supposed to be doing. And you have to realize what you're supposed to be doing before you put all your eggs in that basket and you know, come to a realization that, damn, you know, I got all of that stuff that I wanted, but I still ain't happy about it. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? I still should be doing something else over here. So you got to realize what your purpose is, you know.
Yeah, well said, man. Yeah, so now the last joint is about gratitude.
Mm.
And the question is your grass already green? Is your grass green enough, but you don't think it's green enough only because you're looking at theirs?
Mm-hmm.
It's been many times where I compare myself to artists who were quote unquote larger than me,
Mm-hmm.
thinking, damn, if I just had what they had, man, they got the fan base. Little did I know those artists were looking at me like, man, you got a great situation, Brent.
Mm-hmm.
We don't make what you make doing what you do. We ain't got that direct thing with our fans. We got to do this and that and that. And then you talk to these people like, wait a minute, my grass is already green.
Yeah.
My lack of gratitude is the problem here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not whether their grass is greener. If I had the right amount of gratitude, I would know that my grass is perfect.
Yeah. Perfect for you.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You got to make sure that your grass is perfect for you. It may not be, somebody else's grass might be a little brighter than yours. You know what I'm saying? It might be a little crisper than yours. But if your grass is perfect for you, then that's what matters. It's not about somebody else's grass. It's about understanding and appreciating the grass that you got.
Thanks, man. So gratitude, man. Start with gratitude. As you start to compare yourself to other things, which is what I'm doing now. I'm like, man, if I'd have made those decisions 6 weeks ago, 8 weeks ago, it would have been because I didn't have the right appreciation for what I was going through and what I had.
Mm-hmm.
And I would have given up something that wound out being a better situation than what I thought I was getting, was over there. Gratitude, man. And it's okay. Like, take an inventory of what you got.
Mm-hmm.
What do I have? What do I love about what I'm doing? What are some things that if someone were to look at me from the outside, that they would say, yo, you got this, you got that, you got this, you have no idea. Things that I may take for granted every fucking day.
Yeah.
And be thankful for what you have, because it doesn't have to be that way. You may already have the greenest grass that you need.
Mm-hmm.
But just because you're comparing it to somebody else, you might, oh man, this is cool, but it could be a little greener. I mean, fuck that.
Yeah.
Have gratitude for what you have, have appreciation. Doesn't mean you need to be content. Doesn't
Right.
mean you stop growing your grass.
Right.
Stop watering it. Don't be content, but be appreciative for what you have, and you won't be comparing it so much to other people, man.
Yeah.
Gratitude.
Yeah. You got a song about that's coming soon. I remember. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, I do, sir. Yes.
Count your
memory,
blessings.
sir.
Start with gratitude,
Yes,
but
yes, it's true. It's
a
true.
little sneak
Yes,
peek.
this
You
year.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Yes, music soon come. Music soon come. As we get back to putting out music this year.
Yeah.
I'll be talking about that, man. But that's it for this episode, man.
Word.
I hope that somebody got something out of this. I hope this has inspired you and hopefully made you appreciate what you have. Stop looking over other people's fences so much. Comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
And I hope y'all dig this, and we'll see y'all next week.
Word.
Peace.
Peace.
Thank you for listening to Super Duty Tough Work. Subscribe to the podcast on iTunes. Follow the podcast on SoundCloud. Peace.
Shoot, I got styles already that's more complex that nobody know about. I mean, super duty tough work.